Hi, I'm Charles. Welcome to Automatopoetics. This episode is about time displacement and slit scan techniques. These terms may seem unfamiliar to you, but I bet you've seen examples of them used in cinematography and online. The origins of this technology are varied. One of its earliest uses was to determine the results of horse racing. In cinematography, it was first used by John Whitney for the opening credits of Alfred Hitchcock's film Vertigo. He then sent some tests to Stanley Kubrick, who used it for the Stargate scene in his film 2001. It was also used by Industrial Light and Magic when they created the scenes of the Starship Enterprise engaging its warp drive for the show Star Trek: The Next Generation. Slit scan photography was also used in the recent film Interstellar for the Tesseract scene at the end of the film. The expressions time displacement and slit scan are often used as interchangeable. They are actually two different versions of a similar thing. Slit scan, as I defined it in the beginning definitions, refers to a physical photographic method of achieving an effect. In the case that I'm using here, time displacement is an effect used in the digital world in editors and, in this case, in Adobe After Effects. In all the years that I've been using Adobe products, I've always shied away from After Effects. This episode has made me dive in with both feet, and I'm so glad that I did. Starting off with the original footage, HD or 1K resolution is certainly sufficient for our use. What is important is that you move slowly and that you film at the highest rate you can, because temporal resolution is what's important for the use of these plugins. So 60 frames a second as opposed to 30 frames a second is advantageous. If we apply the time displacement plugin from After Effects with a vertical gradient, the result is this. Where the gradient is mid-gray, the image is undisturbed. Where it's white, time is pushed forward. Where it's black, time is pushed backward. Within the plugin, you can adjust how much this effect is applied. Here is another piece of footage, again shot at 60 frames per second. We're going to apply the same time displacement plugin from After Effects, this time with a horizontal gradient. As you can see, the effect is completely different. Another piece of original footage. This time we're applying a more complicated gradient made of several shapes. The results can be unpredictable, but quite beautiful and dramatic. The smoothness of the transitions and the effect are a result of the frame rate and the slowness with which the movement is captured. In other words, the faster you move, the more pixelated the resulting effect becomes. Here, another piece of footage is being used with a sunburst gradient. And here is the effect. Up until now, all of the effects you have seen have been from the time displacement plugin in After Effects. This next one is the Slit Scan third-party plugin from Zabex, using the copy and paste alternative function, and you can see the results of that. A line is chosen at any point in the horizontal or vertical plane, and anything that crosses that line becomes a 2D representation that is stretched according to the other parameters within the plugin. Ultimately, your gradients don't have to be still images. You can animate your gradients for incredible effects. You can also use the image as its own gradient map. The effects are pretty dramatic as well. So now that you've seen how these effects are applied and what can be done with them, let's look at the actual visualization. Enjoy. So I hope you enjoyed watching that as much as I did making it. I wanted to say a word about the rendering time associated with these images. The shortest segment rendered in about an hour and a half. The longest one took nearly 2 days of rendering time on my most powerful machine. In any case, thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Be well.